Hey guys, been a while since I've done one of these. I know that you may have seen the episode I did with the 2015 Mustang maybe about a week ago. At least that's when I uploaded it. But that was actually recorded in April, I want to say. It could have been March, but I don't remember. So, now that I'm done with my hiatus from this game, it's time to check and make sure we have all the upgrades for our Mach 1 to get it ready for its run around Route X. Just when I thought I forgot something, I realized it's just the sport version and I can get the better version of those computers in the muffler, or not the muffler, I'm sorry, the filter in a different section. I still like looking around here, seeing what else there is, and it said I didn't have that installed. I was checking in my garage just to be safe, and it said I didn't have that, but hey, at least we can buy this. Plus, this is my favorite song that plays every time I'm in the this section of the game. You could probably remember it was also used as the theme song for the dealership whenever you were playing Gran Turismo 5 and you ever wanted to buy a new car. This was the song they used. Instead of Brand Central, though, like what you see here, they just simply called it the dealership. And used cars, of course, was still called used cars. But now that we got the nitrous, let's get that installed and double check to make sure we actually got the intercooler. I know it says I bought it, so hopefully now that we do this, we should have everything ready. This is a nice song, too. Let's put this at 280 just to be safe. Alright. Everything else looks good. Not much of a difference to our time. You can see instead of 0 to 25 being at 11.39 is now 11.35, but every bit helps. I've done the exact same thing for all the other cars, so there's really no harm doing this for the Mustang as well. I was hesitating a little bit because I wanted to go back to the garage and see if I had any other Mustangs. If not, I can simply buy them. I did sell a few race cars. Like, I hate all the GR4 and GR3 cars, so I just wanted to get rid of them all, and I'm glad I did that. So now I can buy more cars that I actually enjoy and just have fun. I could care less for this song, though. It kind of sounds like she's saying, "Go to the bathroom." You hear that, right? I can't be the only one thinking that. Maybe she's referring to herself. I don't know. Right, so let's take a look at all the cars we've tested so far before we go out there on our Mustang, or as I like to call her, Eleanor. As you may have noticed by now, the paint scheme is based off of the 1974 movie Gone in 60 Seconds. They had a 1971 Mustang, just like what I've got, but for some reason, they decided to modify it and call it a 73. I don't know why they did that, but regardless, it's an awesome movie. You have to watch it, and it's free on YouTube. Just type in Gone in 60 Seconds, 1974, and you'll find it. Right. So as you can see, the 2015 Mustang that we tested in the previous episode is the only Ford on this list of cars here. And it's in 7th place. It did better than the 63 Corvette, the GTO, the 69 convertible, and the Firebird. Now, I'm not sure if our Mustang is going to be faster than the newer Mustang, but that's why we're doing this test. We're going to see how fast it goes. I need to see if I can find an adjustment when toying around with the transmission in the garage to see if it'll show me the top speed in miles per hour instead of kilometers an hour. That would be much more helpful, and I can get a better understanding on how to modify this thing and where it needs to go. Well, if we don't go any faster than this, we'll at least not be in last. Regardless, I did consider testing out some slower cars just for fun, like the Mazda Demio Laughing Face. I mean, that was the very first car I got in this game, so I figured why not test that. A couple of Miatas. I think I've got the bus. Since I modified that to be a military vehicle, I think it would also be appropriate to get the Willie's Jeep in here as well. Come to think of it, I remember reading on Wikipedia, I think the company, despite being spelt Willys, W-I-L-L-Y-S, was actually supposed to be pronounced Willis. Feel free to correct me if that is inaccurate, but that is what I read on Wikipedia. Years ago, lots of people complained about how unreliable Wikipedia is because people had the ability to edit all the material and pretty much make the information inaccurate. But notice how I said years ago. It's not like that anymore. Once we go around the curve, I'm sure we'll get our speed to go a little faster, because I remember a lot of cars doing this as well, like the GTO, for instance, a couple of the Corvettes. I don't think the Firebird had this problem, though. We'll see how fast we can go, and hopefully we can get closer to 210. If not, this is still a pretty respectable top speed for the car. Just gotta remember to try and take this thing into a cop server, if people still do that. Before Gran Turismo Sport, I don't know if you could do this in Gran Turismo 4, but I remember in 5 and 6, every time I did multiplayer, I always loved going into the cop servers. Just talking to everyone and just having fun, pretending to be a police officer. In many cases, for me, I'd pretend to be a criminal and avoid the cops. Especially in Gran Turismo 5, that was a lot of fun. Much of the time, I would drive a 62 Buick Special. And that was like one of the fastest cars in the game. That had a top speed of 232 miles an hour. I think the only cars that were able to go faster than that were the Nissan Skyline safety car and the Bugatti Veyron. Every other car in the game could not keep up to the 1962 Buick Special. It was beautiful. I just loved going faster than everyone else and avoiding the cops especially. Then Gran Turismo 6 came along, and the fact that you were able to put nitrous in your cars, that was lots of fun. Which confuses me. Gran Turismo 4, you were able to put nitrous into your cars. But 5 and Sport, they got rid of that feature. You can do it in this game as well as Gran Turismo 6. But it's just confusing to me that they got rid of it in 5 and Sport. I'm not sure what the intention was behind that or why they felt that was necessary. But hey, we don't have to worry about that. Still good games. But the lack of nitrous, it's not really that important anyway. Makes me wonder if people still play Gran Turismo Sport. I'll have to try that and see what I can find. Eleanor still going strong. Let's switch the camera, see what it's like inside. Not bad. Not bad. Very nice. I like this view especially. I gotta do that again. Looking at the hood, too. That's very nice. Not sure why the roof is bouncing. I mean, you can see the rest of the car is stable, but for some reason part of the roof is moving up and down. I actually had to use my chin to switch the camera there, because I'm using both hands to control the speed of the car, as well as the steering. I figured, might as well just press down, since both hands are occupied. And with that out of the way, we got a time of 5:28. I was really hoping that would be 7, but hey, 5:28 still respectable. Let's get out of replay and see how we did compare to the other cars. Hey, we beat the Firebird, alright. I don't remember these things being here. I'm not sure if that's a new feature. But hey, I like it. We'll see how things go in future episodes and see if those keep popping up here and there. And if not, it doesn't make much of a difference. Wind speed, that's also pretty interesting. I don't remember ever looking at that before. But then again, I usually don't pay much attention to these things. I always look at the time, not these squares with the words in them. We should also double check and see if I have any more Mustangs. Like I said, if I don't, I can always buy more. But we should check first. I'm not sure if there are any other Mustangs to buy. There is the Shelby GT350. And I think one other car that I might be thinking of in the Brand Central. Could be the GT500. I want to see if I can get the 66 version. Or no, the 65, I'm sorry. I don't know if it's in here or in used cars, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was in here. I mean, you've got a couple of other American muscle cars, like the GTO, Corvette. A lot of nice cars in general. Now that I'd like to buy, if I had more money. And that. And definitely these two, oh wait, no, that's a Porsche. I thought it was a Ferrari. But hey, nice looking car regardless. Or maybe the 65 Shelby is in used cars. We'll have to see. I'll figure it out later. I don't want to bore you guys to death, so I'm going to end the episode here. You guys take care, and I'll see you next time.